Oh my goodness, gang, you're real fortunate today for Turbo Tuesday that we have one of our own that's making a giant mark actually in DDPY. Incredibly humble, so he's not going to tell you. So I'm going to need to tell, be that voice, so you guys know what Mike Lackey has been up to. And before I even get to other things, I noticed the 100 behind him, and I remember that was a special event. So Mike, tell us first what that's about before I go into all the rest of your adventures.
Well, of course, and first, Pam, I think we should mention wonderful T-shirt
Oh,
here.
there he is.
This is my third time here, and just through sheer coincidence only, it's the third time we've had the same T-shirt. So,
It's
and I
so
don't
weird.
know if you're like me, when you walk to the closet in the morning to get dressed, you're like, oh, what DDP T-shirt will I wear
Yeah,
today?
I narrowed it down to four just before we got on. And then I picked this one. And when I saw you had it, I'm like, what are the odds? Yeah.
Right. Well, the 100 actually was a lovely milestone. I lead the rebuild class for seniors over at the PC in Smyrna, and we recently celebrated our 100th rebuild class with everyone, and it's a great group, and it was quite a milestone, quite an accomplishment, and we all went out to lunch afterwards, and it was a very lovely way to celebrate that achievement. The rebuild team, it's all 55 plus, and they certainly don't go lightly on me. Anytime I try to take it easy on them, they just lambast me and say, no, we want to push it harder and do more. One of the ladies in the group, friend of yours, Patricia Lenti Crane, is working on a 4-minute plank. So that is a remarkable accomplishment, and super proud of her. And it's just the result of, and we will talk about this more, I'm sure,
Yeah.
uh, starting with a goal, and her goal was to do, 30 seconds. And then when she accomplished that, she's like, okay, I want to do 45 seconds. And when she accomplished that, I want to do a minute, and so on and so on. And now she's up to 4 minutes. And I'm super, super proud of her, and that's great. And of course, Ted Evans, everyone loves Ted. He is also just
He's a character.
well, thank you. I was looking for the words, a character. And as you know, he's challenged me to 30 pull-ups on his 90th birthday. And so we're continuing along in that struggle. So I love my 55 plus group, and happy 100.
Wow, congratulations. And for those newbies that don't know what the PC is, because it took me a while to figure out what do these people talk about a PC? Performance Center. And when he says Smyrna, that's where he goes right into DDPY building mothership. He goes right in that door with these seniors to do this, right? So he's
Absolutely.
right in there. I wish I could be like living closer, but I do like Florida a lot. But if I had a second pick, it would be across the street from DDPY. That would be my next choice.
That sounds great.
Yeah. Well, so he is so connected. Mike, seriously, every time I talk to you, I feel like I'm completely talking to those that run up at the top of the ship with Steve U and Dallas and Josh and all those different ones, because you do, like, I seek to learn, be such a good student that when they see me, they look past me and they actually see the heart of DDPY. I have felt from the first time I met you that you had that same heart, that you don't need the praise, you don't need the glory. You just want to share the message because it's that powerful, right?
Absolutely. And for me, I do this as a passion. DDPY was responsible for helping me uh, rehab both of my shoulders. So now I live pain-free, and that's great. It's also given me the tools and the confidence to make other changes in my life. using those same disciplines. And it's just something that builds momentum as you go and put one foot in front of the other and in front of the other and in front of the other. And, 6 months or a year or 5 years, you turn around and you look back at where you were when you started. And I'm not just talking about, weight loss or anything like that and taking the pictures, but that's certainly a great example. You look back at where you started and you can't believe how far you've come. I'm very proud of my younger brother who just started the program. He finished his first 13-week program and he is down 25 pounds. And that's amazing. And he even said himself, he can't believe that it was only 13 weeks and the changes that he's enjoying now. And yeah, it's wonderful. So that's why I do it.
Yeah. Well, you guys all need to be very much aware that today on Turbo Tuesday, I believe it's the day that it actually launches where you and I can work out to a new video, that workout video that he just did. And it came off of a huge event. So I'm going to quick show the huge event. And then Mike, I want you to tell us what it was like to be asked and that whole experience, because I'm telling you, he's coveted by those that are running everything really covet him, and proof being they asked him to do I'm going to share a minute, I'll show him that too, but they asked him to do a tag team event. This what you're looking at right here, he was doing a tag team event on a Tuesday night with Dallas came on right after him, but this is on your app, right on your landing page right now, you guys. And I think it's about to launch today, that it'll be a live where we can watch it, do it, work with it, and then it'll be bucketed in as a new release. But it's they called it Rooted Strength with Mike Lackey. Did I mention again? Mike's one of us. So, and here I have to show these. I'm so proud of you. So up in the left corner, Mike, was where the announcement came out that you and he
Right?
would be putting that event on together. What was it like when they called you and even said, this is what we want to do? I mean, you
Well, I
haven't
don't really know because I missed the call. uh, but as soon as I found out, I was thrilled. And it was the culmination of 5 years worth of work ever since I started the journey of becoming an instructor. For anyone that doesn't know, there's 2 levels of instruction or instructor training. There's a level 1, which is your basic, diamond dozen. And then there's a level 2, which allows you to do more advanced training. So I've been on this journey between level 1 and level 2 for 5 years. And when the PC was open to the public, I would, because I'm local to the Atlanta area, I would go there 3-4 times a week, put a lot of mileage on the car back and forth. We would joke that the car knows how to get there by itself. I wouldn't even have to steer. But the point being, Pam, when I was standing there and I was watching classes, whether I was in a class with Dallas or Hayden or Garrett Sakahara
yeah.
or any of those wonderful instructors, I thought to myself, when I become an instructor, I'm going to do that. I'm going to stand there when they were doing those tapings, because the PC, the Performance Center, that's where they videotape all the workouts. It's a fully functioning TV studio. So there are multiple cameras, microphones for sound, all kinds of lights hanging from the ceiling. It's a TV studio. And I said to myself, I visualized it. I will be there. I
Oh,
will do that. And, it took a lot of work and setbacks and dedication and all of that good stuff, ups and downs, as we say.
yeah.
But to accomplish that, it reminds me of the saying, when hard work meets opportunity, good things happen. Or the idea being that you make your own luck. and that if you are prepared, when something happens, you can take advantage of that opportunity. And that's what it was like. Being there all the time, putting in the work, helping the people that are important to Dallas and Steve and the community. So this was, I guess you could say, my reward for being there and helping these people day in and day out. And also, they had the confidence in knowing that my having been there day after day after day and having worked with, gee whiz, gosh, it would take less time to mention the instructors that I haven't been in their class with.
Ah,
You know,
oh, that's so great.
including Josh Nair, who, was instrumental in helping me get through that level 2 certification.
Yes.
And it's so when I'm there, I've taken little bits and pieces from all of these wonderful instructors. And I've taken those little things that maybe fit well with my personality and have sort of forged them all together to create my own stagecraft, if you will,
Right.
for the workout itself.
Wow. And this looks like it's going to launch tonight on Turbo Turbo Tuesday, and it's like, oh my word. This is going to be so exciting. So exciting. Oh, and did I actually, maybe I forgot to show. Is this showing up on the screen right now? Or do I need to do another screen share? I bet I have to do
Nope,
it.
I think it's just us.
Yep, let me do another screen share because I didn't get to show you guys. Let's see. Okay, share this. But I think now, is this coming up, Ja or Mike? Are you seeing the landing page of the on the app?
No, I'm seeing a wonderful tribute to me, but that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay, yeah. Seriously, I think when I clicked it, I
But
clicked.
yes, the landing page is there, and all of our 55 plus, when they're on the app, I'm sure they will see it, and I certainly hope that they enjoy it. I tried to do a basic workout that would have something for folks who maybe they're new to the program, or folks that are maybe a little bit more intermediate advanced. So I run through all the modifications they need
Yeah,
to go through the workout and have a good time. Because if you're not having fun, what's the point, right?
that's my motto. Matter of fact, I don't
Absolutely.
interview anybody here without saying, "Now have fun." That would be like the most important thing, right? But so you've gone to the level 2. Now you've officially done a tag team with Dallas on one of these big monthly Tuesday night events, right?
Right.
So now what's that next thing, Mike? Because you really have, for someone who's earned your way through these ranks, what's the next thing you'd like to set as a goal?
You know, um, Obviously, these are big accomplishments, and uh, they're things that I've worked for many, many years. I guess my big goal now, of course, is I will be 60 in October.
Okay,
And yes,
because I'm
but
69, so that's very young.
right. And prior to my starting with the rebuild team, we have a tendency as people to put a lot of emotional gravity towards numbers 40, 50, 60, 70, and so on. And, nobody is staring down the barrel at 60 going, boy, oh boy. But having worked with the seniors now and the folks in the rebuild class, where there's 70, 80, coming up on 90, um, and I see the passion they have and the energy that they have, and the friendship and the dynamic. I really don't have any emotional gravity or fear towards the age of 60. So for
Isn't
me, it's getting towards that milestone and just enjoying it. And to build off of my 30 pull-up challenge with Ted, I'm going to try for 60. on my 60th birthday. We'll see
Guys
if we
are
get
funny.
there.
Ah, oh my word.
Because when we set these goals for ourselves, I do think it's important. We've talked about this before. If you don't have a series of goals, whether it's fitness related or career related or what have you,
Right.
how do you know where you're going? How do you know if you're not just spinning your wheels? And it helps you just keep track of your progress. Same way as with the pictures when we start our program in the app. And don't be afraid to fail. A lot of times in fitness, you hear folks saying things like, failure's not an option, and macho crap like that. Because
Mm.
as we also say in DDPY, it's not how many times you fall down, it's how many times you get back up. That's what's more important than to uh, focus on, oh, failure's not an option. That's how we grow, that's how we learn. And it's always okay to modify your goal. If I can't do 60 pull-ups, well, then maybe I'll try for 59. That's okay.
Yeah.
And you will just build up back towards your original goal when you get there. It's totally fine. And I'm also, just remember the words that we've discussed this before, from Ted, who said that our gains come as little drips in the bucket, but our setbacks are like someone coming over and kicking the bucket over and emptying it. And then we have to actually turn the bucket back and fill it up again, drop by drop by drop.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
it's
know.
all just a part of our adventure.
Yeah, and I've had some in the 55 plus that say, because I see some that post, they're doing 3 and 4 workouts a day and documenting all this stuff and are on a pretty fast track to where they want to see the results. And some find that very intimidating because they just kind of want to be able to just walk and stuff. And I'm sure you feel the same way. Whatever their goals are, it's not too small. It's just what the goal is, correct? When they shouldn't
Of
feel
course.
intimidated.
Of course. And it can be super intimidating to start anything new, DDPY or a new job or some new thing you have to do, moving to a new house or city or state.
Yeah.
But keeping it in the confines of DDPY, yes, of course. If you're on your first day and mobility is an issue and you look and you see someone, doing a handstand, and God bless you for doing the handstand, that's great. But just keeping in perspective, well, my journey is going to be a little bit different. And that's one of the great things about the various DDPY groups that we have on Facebook, that
Yeah.
it's just such a supportive community, and people are always there for each other, offering advice, encouragement, and it's a wonderful place because in social media today, you don't get too much of that kind of encouragement.
Right, right. And it's when people have sincere questions, they put them there. And I am in awe of the people that all take their time to say, well, this is how I figured that out. And this is what I do. And just being so transparent to share their journeys with one another so people can get past whatever that obstacle that day was big in their head and they can post it in a safe space and be helped that way is amazing. Absolutely amazing. But I do
And
have to know. So you missed the call when you got the call to do this. So what were you expecting this would be? Because there's only what 12 choices out of a whole year that are even picked to do that, right? And it's not always a variety of people either.
again, it was a lovely surprise. I had no idea. So it was like a nice birthday present or something like that. Of course, once and this goes like towards anything else. Once of course you get the invitation, well, now you need to prepare because you want to do well and make folks pleased that they've put their faith in you. It's certainly a
Oh,
responsibility
gosh.
to do well. So I must have practiced that workout 300 times to make sure that it fit within the allotted 30-minute time span that you're awarded when you're there. One interesting thing is, you're looking at a clock counting down. They give you 30 minutes. And as anyone who does the workouts know, they go kind of quickly, even if they're a slower paced. And you're there and you're just watching that clock, and on the one side of your head you're trying to make your calls, bent-legged bar back, and on the other side of your head you're like, oh, I'm already 8 minutes in. So, but we got to the finish line, I think right over the 30-minute mark. So that was
Oh, I am
practice
so
makes perfect.
excited to do this workout. I'm just so excited. My word. And obviously I had you on when I knew you were going to be doing that, because really, you're an incredibly humble person. And so I have to be the one that raises the flag for Mike Lackey, because really your heart is so right for people. And I've adored you from the time I met you. I'm going to be into Ada in a few months. I can't, or into the mothership in just a few months, and I can't wait to see all of you guys when I come on in. And yeah, I actually on Sunday I actually missed a phone call from Coach. That's what I call Dallas DDP. Coach, I missed a call from him. I was taking a Sunday afternoon nap, and it's like, what? I mean, it's like you missed a call like from the person, right? So I left a message back, call anytime, I promise I'll get it this time. But I'm actually glad I have it, because I told him when he called me back, I said, now I get to listen to that over and over and remind myself that he actually did call me on Sunday afternoon. I'm gonna do a little thing for him tomorrow. But honored to, I'm like you, I'm honored to help in any way. And please keep us informed of what you're doing, because I like to have you on and have others say, I know, Mike, that there are people within our community that would like to be a trainer, that if they let themselves go that way mentally, we are at an age we can start a whole nother career, right? I mean, my mom passed at 95 years old 4 months ago. So I can enjoy like 30 more years of a goal of something. So this could be their time to consider starting down that train. And you're the perfect example of, you just put one foot in front of the other. You were going first for yourself, and then you saw ways that you could do it for others too.
Right. Yes. Of course. It's something that anyone that's passionate about DDPY should be able to do. Of course, it's certainly a lot of work, takes about a year. But if you are intent as with that as an objective, as a goal, then I'm sure that you should be able to do it.
Yeah, yeah. And there's a spot on the site for, you can find out more information about that, but you could also reach out to Mike. You're really actually pretty good on Messenger. You answer back faster than a lot of people. And I'm bad too. If you message me, you're not going to get an answer back quickly normally from me either, because I don't know that I have messages in there. But you guys, if you really are thinking about that, if you have a heart for that and you're wondering beyond what the site told you, reach out to Mike. You'd help them find their way on that, figure out if that's really going to be a good decision for them to make based on what they're thinking, right? Because you know the price they'll have to pay, right?
Well, the 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 price certainly is just, are you willing to put the work in to learn the program in a completely different way? Yes, the warrior position is still the warrior position, but you're looking at it as, or you're approaching it as, what's happening, what's the anatomy doing, how do I call this, and all of that. But if you're a good study and you've got a background in the program, then you should be fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Walk a mile, see a mile, and you get down this road. So, any other thoughts, Mike, before I let you go?
Well, with the summer and the warm weather coming up, It's always a great time for us to just, revisit all of our fitness goals. And if we haven't been hitting the mat as diligently as we did in the first 2 weeks of January, it's a great opportunity to get back down there and get reacquainted with it. And, if for any reason that you haven't been as diligent on the program, don't beat yourself up. It's certainly okay. There's always going to be plenty of people to tear you down. You shouldn't do that to yourself. It's quite all right to say, darn it, I regret not having done that. So great, let's get back on the mat and start all over. And before you know it, you'll be 30 days, 60 days, 6 months down the road. And as we said at the beginning of this conversation, you'll turn around, look behind you and say, wow, I can't believe how far I've come.
100 classes later. And so we're all going to support you. I think it launches at 6 o'clock today on Turbo Tuesdays when your thing goes live. So, but if they don't catch it there, it hangs on the front page for a few days at least, and then it goes into a bucket called recently released. But we're all excited for you. I know that many will step in and do this and remember all the wisdom they saw from you today, Mike. So, and other times I've had you on. So,
Well, thank you.
yeah, love you tons. Thank you so much.
Love you too.
I don't know how I talked you into coming on again. Oh, yes. Oh,
Spread those fingers wide.
there is the difference between an instructor and a non-instructor. Yep, pretty sure. Love you, Mike.